It was a bestseller because it scratched where people itched. Because people would have that question. They felt like, hey, I'm a good person, I try to do good things, and yet these bad things happen to me, whether they're done upon me or just circumstances, health issues, whatever it is. When bad things happen to good people. And really, it addressed this question that perhaps you and I get as we talk to people about this issue of if God is loving, God is all-powerful, why is it that we still suffer? Why is it that there's evil and pain in this world? What we call it, to simplify it, is the problem of pain. The problem of pain. And we're going to look at today from Daniel 12, verse 5 and on, actually 4 and on, to the very end. The purpose of pain. And I would say this isn't the all-encompassing answer, but one of the purposes of pain. And just to let you know, this book, When Bad Things Happen to People, is not a Christian book. I wish we would kind of use the lens of Romans and place it on top, because we find that Romans, the theme is really when great things happen to sinners. Or Romans 8:28, when God turns bad things into good things, right? But again, the problem of pain, Daniel 12. Quick question, has anybody here, I asked this in first service and no one raised their hand, has anybody here, this is the very last message on Daniel, this is number 25, been here for every single message? Anybody here? Anybody? Andy Ho, anybody else? Larry? Anybody else? All right. Some over here too? Mark, all right. Mark Pembroke, another one. Thank you all. This is the very last message to wrap up the book of Daniel, our series called Faithful. The problem of pain. Look at verse 4, Daniel 12:4. Daniel 12:4. We left off last week. But as for you, Daniel, conceal these words and seal up the book until the end of time. Many will go back and forth, and knowledge will increase. Verse 5. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, two others were standing on, one on this bank of the river, and the other on that bank of the river. So he's still having this vision while he's on the river. He said there's an angel on the left, an angel on the right. And then notice this in verse 6. And one said to the man dressed in linen who was above the waters of the river, how long will be until the end of these wonders? Most likely this is Jesus. So here's this man in linen floating above the river. And Daniel asks, how long? I'm sorry, one angel said how long. Verse 7.